Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason. Hello, DBGs. Hello, welcome to the New Year stream. I don't know why, but for some reason on this tier list, there's a bunch of doubles for like characters. Like almost everyone's been put down twice for some reason. But it's also got basically every, not every named character, but most of them. So anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so I think we're just going to start off with the heroes first. So first we have Valdi the mechanic. He's the first hero you get that stays with your party and doesn't leave. He's like the first story. He's not. I don't like him that much, but he's not like offensively bad or anything. He's got the first like alt healing class, and it does go on lands for some reason. Uh, that's the case. A lot of healing classes go onto lands. Oh yeah, if it was, I think it's every major named character because like we've got Borealis and I think that one other guy from Colony 9 on here. Anyway, Valdi, I'm saying Valdi's a solid C tier. You know, he's not that good, but he's also not offensively bad or anything. Let's see. Oh wait, hang on, I forgot I had some music prepared for this that we could all listen to. So it's not just me talking. We've got some nice Xenoblade 3 background music for you here. Okay, next character, Xenon. Yeah, I've just got a big playlist. So Xenon, let's see. He was. I kind of like Xenon's side quests you get after you unlock him. You know, his whole little side quest about agriculture and all that. So I think he should be a bit higher, but his class is also pretty bad. Like it's not got a whole. It's not very interesting. It's just a basic kind of sword and board tank. I'm thinking. I'm thinking B tier. Okay, Teach. Okay, Teach. Teach again is interesting because he's got that whole like dynamic where he's like. I need to turn it down. Maybe like he acts all super old, but he's like the same age as most of the cast. I think he's also in B tier, but he's a higher B tier than Xenon. He's like B plus. Okay, great. I mean, Grey is great just because of a lot of the dynamic he gets with Uni, and he's very gruff. So yeah, A tier for Grey. He's third. Table crumbs for Xenoblade. Yeah, your Xenoblade X table crumbs. He goes to A tier. He would be higher, but you know, he's not. Actually, yeah, he is pretty high tier A. I'm just not going to put him up into S tier because I'm saving S tier for some more notable characters. Okay, Commander Isud. Let's see. He honestly doesn't do all that much for me. Like, I find him kind of boring. He's got a. His whole thing with the Nimume clone does elevate him up a little bit, but like Valdi, he's just not that interesting to me, so I think C tier. Okay, Juniper. Juniper's the interesting one because love them as a character. Really, really like their design, but the actual class she gives is awful. So would be S tier, but dropping it down to A, dropping them down to A for that. Also, like extra points for not being voice acted by the actress Kitty Archer in this game. Yeah, it needs a massive buff because like everything it does is just done better by other ones. Like it needs, I don't know, to Agnes class. So maybe if it had like a smash or a launch or something, so you could get that as like a cross skill or something. It just needs more. It needs more, or it needs to be faster. Okay, Asara. Asara's a really nice class. Lone Exile is really good for tanking. She is she is basically the Dunban type character class, the whole of A class, and she's also like Sharla's design from one, so that still points in her favor. I am gonna say A tier as well, and I'm gonna put you know that way round. Yeah, her arc is great. Speaking of fun arcs, Alexandria. Like right, Alexandria's pretty fun. She's a very crit based class. She invented the Collectopedia system, and I'll be honest, Bree's version of the Collectopedia is my favourite because it's very simple. It's like a bit more diegetic than it has been. You can also grind it to get some extra affinity if you're in like a if you can't find that one last quest you need to get to 5-star affinity. So yeah, I'm gonna say pretty high B tier. About Teach. Okay, Monica. Monica's fun, and her tanking class is better Xenon, but it still suffers from not being from needing player control to be worthwhile. Because there's not many tank classes where you can just let the NPC let the computer control it. But I do quite like a lot of her stuff, so I'm gonna say A tier. Okay, Fiona somehow, yeah, somehow Fiona one of the best healing classes, best buffing, amazing support. She has a pretty fun arc with her secret Mobius console that she needs to find. She has some nice interactions with Titan. So I'm gonna say above Xenon in B tier. Okay, we'll save Noah for last because we're doing the heroes now. Now, speaking of Titan, Man of the Sea, Blue Mage character, S class immediately. Yeah, Alexandra's. Yeah, Mona's chain art amazing. Titan's not so good. Titan gets immediate S class for being a Man of the Sea. He's very fun. I love his character concept. He's great. I love him. Same with Gondor. Gondor is small, she's feisty. She will punch everyone in the face, even if you didn't really deserve it. Somebody help this sassy child. Okay, Miyabi doesn't do much because she's what, the last plot NPC you get from the main story. So, hmm. I don't even remember what her Ascension quest was. I think it was like a cook-off or something. She's very relevant to Mio, because she was the officer she was first paired with. It's her flute that she's using. Yeah, Gondor stole Senna's spotlight in her own hero quest. She like saw Senna get the spotlight and said, "No, that's mine, you Drongo." She's too powerful. And yeah, I'm thinking my RB's. I think my RB is also B tier, but she's pretty high up there. Okay. Yeah, to cook off. Okay, Kamaravi. I like Kamaravi's interactions with Ethel. Hang on, let me. I need to turn off Life Sent on. Oh, there's a lot of Life Sent on in this playlist. Okay. Where did I put him down? Yeah. So yeah, I like his whole thing. I usually quite like lancing characters because I used to do Insect Lance and Monster Hunter. I'm gonna say he should also be around B tier, but maybe maybe high B tier. And, I'm actually gonna bump up Alexandria as well, just to A tier, because B's starting to get a bit crowded. Okay, Sagiri. Sagiri's pretty interesting. Her outfit is the outfit you get for beating her class. I used to use that in the speedrun just for fun. Um, Machine Assassin's a pretty okay job. I'm thinking I'm thinking about mid B tier, maybe just below Teach. Because she's one of the ones Senna gets a lot of spotlight with her whole working out her reason to fight. Oh yeah, number 13, of course. Yeah, because she has a twin sister, and I think she's the only character who has a twin. Yeah, maybe I should bump her up a little bit more to the other side of Teach. So let's see. Okay, Nia and Melia. Hang on. Just need that for them. Yeah, Melia easy S, Nia instant waifu. Yeah, no contest, no argument. Nobody is going to say that's controversial. Okay, Moamba. Oh no, hang on. We've still got two more left. Two more heroes. Riku and Manana. Okay, Riku is the Chad hero one. I actually kind of like the little contrast you get with him being so chatty. He's a great motivation for Noah. Bjorn Smith is an okay class. I am gonna say waifu tier. Okay, Manana's also pretty good. I kind of like her. I'm gonna say B tier, just above Xenon. Okay, any other heroes? Oh, Ethel. Okay, Silver Code Ethel. Get her at the start. She's really fun, very fast. Her class is really, really good for damage. She's got some of the best skills. I'm gonna say S class. She has two swords, silver hair. She's great. Really love a lot of her character design elements. And yeah, Riku also made the whole game possible. Because he was one of the 7 Noppons and could give No a lucky 7. Without that, they would have just been dead in the water, and the Endless Now would have continued for another generation or so. Okay, last hero I know. Our first DLC hero. She's okay. I kind of like her, but she doesn't really. I like her. She looks like a gaming PC. Yeah, the title also bumps her up. I'm gonna say Ino should go probably around here. Because you have to put a lot of work in to get her. But she's not. She doesn't have all that much going for her. Okay, now for the side characters. Okay, first up, Moamba. He dies immediately. He gets instant retiree. He does have a lot of motivation, though, to, like, put a plot in everyone. I'm gonna say D tier. Who's this guy? Oh, this is that small kid who bullied them in the flashbacks, and then also came back as part of Mobius. How was it? I think it was. Oh, what Mobius letter was it that had the child camp? Was it E? I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't S. But yeah, he's a bit of a shit. He's not nice. He has no regrets about what he did. So D tier. Okay, Van Damme. The Van Dammes are great in every game. Absolutely love them. Freeze Van Damme. He dies early, but huge influence on the plot. He sets off everything in motion. From the trailer, I thought he would last longer and maybe come back later, but I wasn't. I was surprised at him dying that early. I'm gonna say B tier. Borealis. S tier. He he steps up to Ethel, but he doesn't get to do all that much. I, Van Damme doesn't die in one. I think. I think he lives. Yeah, Van Damme lives through all of Xenoblade 1. Oh, well, the Van Damme equivalent, because he's called Van Deer or something. Okay, next up, Nimue. Okay, Nimue kicked off Tyon's motivation. She died as a result of his strategic blunder, but she didn't hold it against him. She comes back to, like, mess with Sigurd and Tyon emotionally, kind of. I'm gonna say solid C tier. She doesn't have all that much, but what she does have is pretty good. Valdi's robot friend. I'm gonna say just below Valdi, they're kind of tied. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, did teach Tyon how to use the Monado. The Monad. So they got that going with them. Okay, Sanson. Legendary Smith, responsible for the boat, clear B tier. In fact, hang on. To above. Boat tier. Yeah, that's where he gets to stay. Okay, next up, those two guys who hang out with Gondor. Honestly, I don't even remember their names. They have Teacher's Weapon, but... And, like, they're kinda neat, but they're just forgettable. I beat. Below Moamba, but higher than the bad guy. Um, any other NPCs left in here aside from Mobius? No, that looks like it. Klaus. Yeah, no, I said aside from Mobius, because I also haven't done Joran yet. Um, Wait, who was? I never saw someone on here I hadn't picked yet. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this is the That's the guy who dies with Maramba at the start of the game. He's the Agnes one. Oh, the fire is starting to go off. Okay. I'm gonna say about the same as Maramba. Hacked. Yeah, him. That's who. That's who he is. He got his mind hacked, and then his body when he got aged up to 10th term immediately. Just to mess with poor Mio. Oh wait, hang on. There's also more of the seven Smiths down here. Okay, who is the blue seventh Smith? I think. I think he's the one. Yeah, he's the one in the Unsmith class quest. He's the cooking one. I, I don't. Again, I don't remember that much about him, so pretty low. But I did like what he had, so I'm gonna say D tier again. Out there. Yeah, he made Banana's new pot, the ultimate pot. Actually, I'm just gonna add another row below for for F tier. Just because I'm looking at the Mobius, a lot of them were just there to be punched at the end of a quest. Like, who remembers anything about Mobius G? I don't even remember when they showed up. P and Q at least had fun accents. Q Mobius Q sounds like my dad. Same accent. Q. No, sorry. O is the one who had the accent. Yeah, Q did nothing. F tier. Because we're up to Mobius now. Q, nothing. F tier. F, also F. R, nothing. V, no, hang on. V was fun. V had that little voice and that colony made of nothing of Levinses. So he actually gets to go up a tier. He gets D tier. Um, and again, O, because O sounds like my dad, I'm gonna put him in C tier. Let's see, who else do we have here? Mobius E. We'll put E in F tier. Actually, a lot of these Mobius just go in F. I don't even really have to think. F was the one with the child. H was the one with the child army. Okay. In that case, yeah. I forgot what letter he was, but he goes up a tier because he had something interesting. Okay, let's see. L. L is the one who didn't say anything. He was just in Mio's Ascension quest. No, it's not Mio. It was no Mio. Uni's Ascension quest. The one who blew up that new colony. Okay, Special K. He is also memorable Mobius, so he gets up. I don't like him more than O. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move Miranda up a tier as well. He was the one. Yeah, V is the one of the Levin's only colony. He also has that kind of nasally voice. Okay, Mobius P. P is the one who hung out with O. Didn't really have all that much to do. But I do remember who they are. D. Mobius D. Mobius Dennis. Mr. Wild Ride himself. Gave us the first big line of the trailer that was memed to hell and back. Solid C tier, I think. I like him more than K and O. I like him more than Moamba. I like him more than Nuere. I kind of like him more than Borealis. I'll put him there. Let's see. I forgot what letter you were, but you were the Mobius who was messing with all the child soldiers, and I think you regretted it. I'm gonna say you're higher. You're the best of the F tiers because I don't remember what letter you were. I. That's it. I. Mobius I. Mobius Irma. She didn't even get a fancy Mobius hat. Let's see. Now we already have Beyond the tier list. All the doubles are making this a lot harder. Because not everything is doubled. Okay, Mobius U. They were in U and W were in the Stars of Sensen Crest, I think, weren't they? That they don't have much for them. And yeah, that's all the filler Mobius. Now we can talk about the really important ones. Like Yorin, Mr. Mud Puppet. So I think it was W. Because I remember the wide hat being in that one. But yeah, most of the Mobius, they're just all blend together. Only a few of them stand out as having anything really going for them. Okay, let's see. Yorin? I like Yorin. He's got... Because, like, when he relates about being Mobius and how he had to experience all of his deaths, all of them he died really early on. I don't think he ever got above 5th term. And a lot of the deaths were friendly fire. Like, he got run over by one of his own Levenses in one lifetime. But he is their friend. He's the entire motivation for the Kevis trio. He motivates a lot. He's pretty important. I kind of like him. I'm putting him in B tier. About tied to Van Damme, really. Klaus. Oh, sorry, Chris. Chris is also important. He was the first Offseer. I kind of want to put him in C for Chris, but no, he's going to A tier. Because he also might be Sulk's son. That's a crazy headcanon, but it's what a lot of people kind of think. That, like, Sulk's son with Fiora was just kind of into music. And might have been, like, friends with little baby Noah back in the original timeline. Because, like, that's part of the headcanon people have for how they might... Yes, that's also another thing, because Klaus kind of... It's like Chris kind of looks like Sansa. Who is Dr. Klaus, who is the architect, who looks like Shulk. It's a weird reincarnatory thing. What is it, Vivi? Good dog. Anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah. Solid S tier, I think. I like his character. He really kind of need a bit more of a reason to fight the cast. But I'm glad he got to show up and have more backstory. Mobius X. X, funnily enough, if you don't do any side missions, Mobius X will go unfought and will only show up in one cutscene for disappearing. So, like, she might just be hanging around Ionios wondering where everyone is. But I kind of like her. I'm gonna say maybe a bit higher than Bandam. Yeah, that's in the main plot, one cutscene on Origin. In the side content, she gets a lot to do. Because she is also the one who messes with Shania. Shania, I actually like Shania a lot. I know during the speedrun I make fun about calling her, like, making fun of her a bit. But her storyline is pretty fun. Oh, that's what that button does. So I'm gonna say A tier. I like her. Her whole backstory is actually pretty fun because she tries so hard to get her parents to notice her, and it leads to all of her issues. Really, Gondor should have had a bit of a gentler touch with her, and the whole Christ problem could have been avoided. But I really like her. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna up her a bit. Okay, Mobius Y. Y is. I mean, he doesn't get that much. He's one of the original Mobius. He invented the flame clocks. He gets the boss fight at Colony Omega, and the fight just before you fight Zed. And that's really all he has. He doesn't show up in any side content. He doesn't have a whole lot to do. So I'm thinking he's at the bottom of Z tier, really. So at the bottom of C tier. Because he's more memorable to me than most of the characters in D tier. But I still don't really like him very much. Okay, up to the big three now. Mobius Z. Yeah, the finish list will be on Twitter. Thank you for the head pats, DJ. The finish list will be on Twitter. I'll actually upload this little bit as its own little VOD onto YouTube tomorrow. As a New Year's treat. Just, I'll have to find some free audio to put on the background, because I actually have a little bit of a setup to split it. Okay, Mobius Z. Z should go... because his... like, as a villain, he's kind of flat. But that's kind of his whole deal, because Mobius is just a concept, he's just a feeling. It's just the fear of, like, progression. It's the fear that, like, tomorrow might be worse, so you should stay in the now. He's just that feeling. And he just stays in his theatre, just watching the endless now of Ionios. So, like, he doesn't have all that much character motivation. D, K, and J, they have a lot more to do. It's why he's just content to sit back and let everything happen around him. I'm honestly gonna say D tier, but at the top of it. Because he also loses points because I don't like his boss fight. It is awful. Okay, N and M. Sorry, you said N. N and M. Okay, Mobius N. Mobius Noah. He is... I like him a lot. He's got his cool samurai motif. He's actually a pretty solid B character, I think. Because I understand... because Noah is a cautionary... Mobius N is a cautionary tale about how easy it would be to fall into Mobius's line of thinking. Because all he wants is more time with his Mio. He wants an eternity with Mio. And that's what Mobius preys on. It's what gets him to stop perpetuating the endless now. It's what gets him stuck in there. Speaking of Mobius M, also really good character. I'm gonna say A tier. I like her a lot because She was forced into Mobius by Noah. Her boss fight is hell in New Game Plus. Hardest fight in the game. But I love the character so much. The whole way she saves Mio from Happy Birthday, that's great. And any other Mobiuses that we don't already have on the list? And no, I think that's it. Okay, great. That means we're up to the party. Okay. So, Noah. I actually like Noah a lot. For a pacifist type character, he's pretty fun. I'm gonna say S. His whole deal with like he really doesn't want to kill anyone alive. It does. It is pretty good, and his whole way of like thinking, I like a lot. His arc through the whole game. It's one of my favorite Xeno protagonist arcs because I think it's a pretty fun way compared to Shulk. It's because like Sulk started off as being kind of peace love, well, not peace loving, because he still wanted to. He was still making weapons for the Nopon, but he fight the Mechon. But he wasn't a big fighter, and a tragic thing happens to him, and he goes on his big growing rampage of revenge. But then he learns to like see things from Eggel's perspective, and like he decides not to actually fight. He decides he's just gonna stop Eggel's blade. He's not gonna kill him. As long as it takes, he will parry his blade. And Noah's a lot like that. But there's no blade for to parry for Mobius. He has to kill them. And it's a great moment where, like, during the fight with, say, P&O, where, like, Lance is saying, Noah, you're not going to send them, are you? And he's like, no, I'm not. They don't deserve it. That's a good turning point for him. That sometimes some people are just shit and they don't deserve mercy. But you should still hold on to your value of mercy for the people who do deserve it. Which he gives to Mobius J and N and M. Especially N. He has a wonderful arc. I like him a bunch. Tyon. When the pre-release material came out, I thought I wouldn't like Tyon. He easily became one of my favourite characters of Agnes. Actually, I'm going to put Noah up here. And I'll put Tyon there. Because he's got a fun weapon. I love Paper Master type characters, ever since I saw Read or Die. But like, I thought he was going to be kind of like a bit of a stuck-up nerd, but no, he's actually really nice. I like him a bunch. I like his scarf. You know, when he learns to unwind a bit and Uni rubs off on him, it's fun. I like it a bunch. Okay, girl with the gall, Senna. See, I like her. I still like her, but she doesn't have as much going for her as the rest of the party. I like her little arc with like learning to stand by herself, but it's easily the weakest for the party. I am gonna put her right here at the top of B tier. That's where she should go. Because her whole arc is self-confidence. And, like, it's an important arc, it's just, it doesn't really do a lot for me. Lance as well, I feel about the same. I kind of like him, but his design's a bit plain. That said, Lance's Survivor's Guild arc is also pretty recontextualizes a lot of his early stuff. Like, because once you learn that, once you've done Mobius J, it's like, oh, that's why he was kind of weird like that at the start of the game. Mio. Also, really like her a lot. Personally, do subscribe to the headcanon that Mio is Nia's and Rex's daughter. Love that fan theory. I'm gonna put her into S tier. Actually, no, I'm gonna put Senna and Lance into A tier. Okay, final character, Uni. You know there's only one place I can put her. S tier. It's where she has to go. I love her so much. She is my favorite character, hands down. I love her design, I love her voice acting, I love her attitude, I love everything about her. This is the character, it was made for me. Okay. Okay, that's it for the tier list. Thank you for tuning in for this. Thank you for watching this on YouTube.